It's Annalisa, Mortgage Lead Pro here, and today I'm going over the ways that you can get mortgage leads in 2025. Let's get started. Now, the first way is through social media profiles. If you have a social media profile, and especially if you have a lot of followers, you would be considered an influencer. And as an influencer with a larger audience, you do have the ability to reach more people organically, which means when I say organic, I mean pretty much free. You don't have to spend on advertisements to reach those individuals. That is a pro of going with the social media profile strategy. Also, with the social media profile, you are able to build trust as an expert in the industry. You have that authority already, putting yourself in that position of loan officer and then um, displaying yourself on a website platform in that role as well and speaking to your expertise in that area and that knowledge. Also, this can be content on this social media platform. The content can actually be repurposed for blogs, websites, or other social media profiles that you have as well. Now, the cons of the social media profile strategy to get mortgage leads is that it requires a lot of consistency and creativity to create the content. So, to keep up with the number of followers that you're getting every day or every week, you need to be producing engaging content ongoing. So, it's not something you can take a break on. It has to be consistent and long-term strategy. So that is a con. Also, the organic reach is declining on some platforms. I've been on different platforms over the years. I've done some marketing on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. TikTok, when they first came out, was really good. And I think that goes for most social media platforms because they just haven't been established long enough to develop their algorithms and to kind of hone in on the different people who are on those platforms. So, and also less competitive. When you have a new social media platform, it's going to be automatically less competitive because it's kind of an unknown, it's brand new to most people. So, that would be a con is that you might have some declining traffic or exposure on some social media platforms. Time consuming. So, another con of the social media profile strategy is that it is time consuming to build that audience over time. So, like I said, it does require ongoing content creation and posting and also engagement with your commenters and your followers on your posts. And so this may not be something you have time for in your schedule with your day job as a loan officer. And the last con of the social media profile strategy is that the posts may not be geared toward a specific marketing strategy or marketing flow for your leads to follow. So although you have a great number of audience or followers, um, having a specific flow for them to click from a call to action to a page and then collecting their information, for example, that has to be built out too. So you can't just rely on the social media profile having a lot of followers. You actually need to create what's called a digital marketing funnel to actually leverage those followers for your mortgage loans. All right, so the next way that you can produce mortgage leads or get mortgage leads in 2025 is through real estate sites like Zillow, LendingTree. I'm just glancing at my notes over here. So Zillow, LendingTree, and when I talk to the majority of loan officers in the industry, these are the sites that they are referencing where they're getting their leads from. Now, the pros of going to a site for leads this way is that they are interested in getting a mortgage, whether that's through refinance or a home purchase. They are interested in signing up for a mortgage. The other pro is that it often includes all of the contact information that you're going to need to reach out to the potential borrower and actually start a conversation and creating a loan application for that person. The third pro of partnering with real estate sites like Zillow, LendingTree is that they do have a lot of visibility within the mortgage servicing industry. So if someone is looking to buy a home or refinance, then they're going to be looking at those sites as an initial resource. Those are the sites that do tend to rank higher on the search engines as well when you're searching for keywords, just because of how large and well known those companies are. Now, the cons of going with a real estate partnering website like Zillow Learning or LendingTree is pretty clear, and it's very common in the industry, is that you're getting leads that are actually lower quality because their contact information is being sold to third parties like you, other third party mortgage lenders. So those people are getting bombarded with phone calls, emails immediately after they sign up with the site and show any interest in a mortgage. And this decreases your chance of actually converting that lead into an actual borrower because now you're competing with who knows it. I've even heard from borrowers that they've had 50 to even 100 different companies reaching out to them that they did not sign up to be reached out to by them, but they signed up on Zillow or a site like that, and then their information is shared, sold and shared, and then that's how their contact information is accessible to these other parties. So that just makes your job harder and it makes your chance of actually converting those individuals into borrowers. It makes it a very low chance of doing that. And because of that, the money that you're spending, it may not actually get a return in the end for any of the ads that you're purchasing with these sites. Now, a third way in 2025, you as a mortgage loan officer can get leads for your business is through lead lists. If you've ever heard of lead lists, and this is often in the form of email lists or just lists of people's names and contact information who may have some interest in mortgage or homes, real estate investing, just take your pick on what kind of subject matter these people are generally interested in. And then the seller, so a pro of using the lead list strategy is that you can get leads quickly and pretty effectively receive all of that contact information to call them or email those leads. Also, these are typically lower cost, so they're more affordable. That's another pro. And the third pro I'd like to mention is that since the phone number, email, and sometimes other information, but usually those two pieces of information in the name of the lead is included. So you have different ways to actually reach the potential borrower and what I found in my business is actually people tend to respond better to text messages. But you may have a different experience. I know it depends on the type of text message. If it's actually from a real person, that tends to have higher quality conversion in terms of getting a response back. All right, so now some cons of the lead list strategy for your marketing in 2020-25 for mortgage leads is that they tend to actually be low quality and low converting. You don't know what type of content or just messages these leads or this list of emails and phone numbers has been sent already. They actually might be people who have very low engagement, for example, with the past emails that they've been sent. So it would be helpful if you're going to buy lead lists to actually vet the quality of what you're getting, and that can be somewhat difficult just because you're getting this from another person, and the other person you probably won't know. It'll probably be a complete stranger online that you're connecting with, and all you can do is ask the right questions. I guess some questions that I would ask if I were you is what is the engagement rate for these leads? What's the average engagement rate? And also, what's the average open rate as well? Um, so I think those are some really good questions to ask up front if you choose to go the lead list way. I just think it's a very hit and miss strategy. And you could just be getting totally dead leads that are unresponsive to other emails that they have been sent. So you also don't know if they're actually going to be interested in your offer, which is mortgage leads or mortgage loans, I mean. So you don't know if they're going to be interested in mortgage loans. Maybe they are people who are interested in gardening. But that doesn't directly align with being interested in signing up for a mortgage loan. So, yeah, I think you could definitely maybe get some success with it, but I personally never had success with it, and I also haven't heard that as a testimony, I guess, from other loan officers that I've worked with or just come across in conversation. I haven't ever heard that is a successful strategy to converting those leads into borrowers. And then the last con of a lead list is that there could be issues of violating compliance, like just sharing personal information, and you don't know if that person actually agreed to have their information shared. So you just have to be careful with the people or companies that you buy these lead lists from and ensure that they are also abiding by the laws as well to um, obtain that personal contact information.